my patchwork pot holder that I have quilted. So this is what you call matchstick quilting. And here's the back. And I can go in for you. This is what you call matchstick quilting, which is a technique where the quilting lines are sewn really close together. And then this is my walking foot. And this is the edge right here that I use for matchstick quilting. This edge right here. Right there is the edge that I use for my matchstick quilting lines. Right here. And this is my walking foot. And there you have it. So this is my apple core, the progress that I've made on my apple core patchwork pot holder. As you can see my lines, I use red thread, yellow thread, green thread, and black thread. So it looks really nice. Again, this is the progress that I've made on my apple core patchwork pot holder. So the only thing left for me to do is get some bias strips, sew them together, and then sew it on the pot holder, which I will machine sew it to the front and hand sew it onto the back. Again, this is my apple core patchwork pot holder, and the only thing left for me to do at this point is just put on the bias binding strip. Again, this is the front with the matchstick quilting lines, and here's the back, which I think looks really, really nice. My next item, this is the progress that I've made on this is another mug rug. These are what you call quarter square triangles. And then these are my little circles that I've sewn. So I have to finish quilting this whole mug rug with these circles, and then I'll just take a needle, pull these threads through to the back, and then bury them under the backing fabric in a little batting. This is the progress that I've made on my mug rug. And what I did for these little circles, I just take this circle right here, the outer edge, and make a template on a paper plate. So I make a bunch of circles on the paper plate, and then I put some painter's tape on the back of the circles. Once I cut them out, lay them down, and then sew around them. So this is the progress on this mug rug. Okay, and then here's the back. This is what I did for the back. So I had to have run out of fabric. Then I just had to sew 2 pieces of fabric together for the backing fabric. And this is the front again. This is the progress that I've made on this mug rug, which these are quarter square triangles together, which I cut on this rotating, see this under a rotating mat. So for this, you would just lay your square down, cut it this way, and then cut it this way. And then you come up with these 4 pieces, and you have to make sure that in the layout, the pieces go where they belong so that the prints will look right. So for this quarter square triangle, you will lay all of them in this position together, all of the quarter square triangles in this position together, this position and this position, so that when you go to sew them together, the prints look like they're supposed to look. Again, this is the progress that I've made on my mug rug. Let's see, I use these little pins to hold all 3 layers together. These are my quarter square triangle on my mug rug. Again, we'll go in closer. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks for stopping by to watch my video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, chat. You all know the YouTube routine. But yeah, this is my quarter square triangle mug rug. I really like working with quarter square triangles because you have lots of design options. Like this is about 4 prints because I have this print, this print, this print, this print. But once you design it out, you can pull numbers to have multiple amounts of prints, like mini prints. It doesn't have to be like this 3 or 4. It could be 10. It could be each quarter square triangle could be a different print. It can be how many of the prints you want, because it's, you have 4 pieces to each square. So that's an option that's available to to make it look very interesting with lots of prints in the design, or in the project, or in the item that you are quilting. And I will eventually make a mug rug. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I will eventually make a mug rug or a quarter square triangle quilted item that has a lot of prints. So I would just get some graph paper and just give each print a number, and then just put like 1 right here, 2 right here, 3 right here, 4 right here. So technically, if it's, let's see, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, so that's 12 blocks times 4. That's how many prints you can use if you wanted to. The more the merrier. So yeah, this is my quarter square triangle mug rug. Most people are used to using half square triangles, but this is a quarter square triangles because you have 2 cuts. You cut it this way, and then you cut it this way. So that's where the 1 2 3 4, the quarter comes in it. So this is the quarter square triangle mug rug. If you are used to working with half square triangles, I would encourage you to give quarter square triangles a try, because I really like working with quarter square triangles. which are very interesting as you can see. So there are, once you get your prints together, there are unlimited amount of possibilities that you have when working with quarter, square, triangles. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's it for our quarter, square, triangle mug rug. Now, let's move on to our next item, which is this is a um placemat that I'm working on, which I've gotten tens of thousands of views on, especially with my shorts. When I looked the other day, I was like, I had said in my video, I said, oh, it has like 1,000 views, but I hadn't looked. Oh, thank you. I hadn't looked at the numbers in a while because I really don't focus on numbers. I really just focus on my creativity. And then I was like, okay, let me work on this. Let me work on this. But then after I said 1,000, I said, I'm going to check it out. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I said, I'm going to, uh, look at the numbers, and I think one of the shorts had gotten 16,000 views. I said, oh, people really like it. So the thing what I'm showing you all today, this is maybe just the first look for some people who have never seen this item before. And then you can zoom in on my quilting, which this type of quilting is called concentric. So you're most likely used to seeing a concentric circle, but I guess this would be like a concentric um half square triangle. So I just go around and stop, rotate, go this way, stop, rotate, go that way, and then you just keep going. So I'll finish this, and then I want to show you all some of my threads. This is a red thread, so I'll use for this red right here, you know, for the red. This is, I would say, some type of orange, so I'll probably put that on this. On here I could either use orange, or I had a burgundy thread, and this probably would fail, but this is the burgundy thread right here. So I don't have that spool to show you all, but I could either use this burgundy thread on this one or this orange thread on both sides. Okay. Then I have this purple thread that I said I was gonna use on here. You know, and it's right here again and over here. So I'll use that purple thread right there, like a light purple. Then I have this dark purple. So it could go on here. It'll go on here on this half square triangle. So that's that purple, purple, and then purple again. Then I have this green right here. So it'll go on here. Okay, and then right here. So that's that green. Thanks for everybody that has liked, shared, subscribed. I really appreciate you all. Then I have my light green. So I said I'll put that on here and here and in here. But that's already sewn. So then it'll just go here and that's it. Because I've already sewn this one. That one. So that's already been quilted. So it'll just go right here. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this looks, because this 60 weight thread, and that's not normally the weight that I sew with. Normally it's a 50 weight. So if you look on, and which is 50 weight, it's most likely, it's like basically one of the more common thread weights for quilters to use. So in order for you to find out what weight the thread is, you look on the spool, and that should say 50. Okay, and then you look on this one, it should, I saw where it says uh ooh, should say 60, because I saw it this morning. I'm like, oh, that's a 60 weight thread, and I was wondering why the spool was a different color from the other purple. So I guess because it's a 60 weight. I was trying to see where it said the 60. Where is it? Hold on, let's find out 60. So you all will see what it should be. I don't know, it's getting distorted. But it should say 60. Let me see if I can find it easy. Let me see. Oh, what my 60 at? Should be right there. It's just not in focus, but that's a 60. Then I have my blue. Of course, I'll use it for that blue right there. And this blue, I don't have a perfect match, so I have to put this on here unless I decide to use light blue. And then this blue right here, I put that. See, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay. And then I have my baby blue thread, which I can use right here. Right here if I want to. It'll definitely go right here. There's another blue right there. And right there. And so that's just a little, these are my threads that I'll be using to quilt this patchwork placemat. Yeah, this is it. And then you see my design is basically just trip around the world half square triangle. So that's an option outside of just normally where the trip around the world design is basically just all squares. You know, you can get your graph paper, you can make it be pretty much what you want it to be as far as that trip around the world design. So this is my patchwork placemat, the progress that I made on this quilted item. And these are my quilting lines, my concentric quilting lines that you can see. And look at that pink. Now that's pretty. Look, move it out the way. Look at the pink concentric. Is that not pretty? Look at it. Move them threads out the way. So I have to bury these in the back. Because I sew each half square triangle individually and then just bury the threads under the back and batting under the back fabric. But yeah, that's cute. And then here's how it looks on the back. And once I get every half square triangle quilted, this is going to be really nice. Thanks again for everyone that stopped by to watch. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Yeah, so that's the quilting. And then this is a look on the front again, which I already know I'm going to get a lot of views when I finally do my final video, because this is really pretty and people are not used to looking at something this pretty. So I was giving myself a little pat on the back because this is really cute. And then I was like, as soon as I uploaded, it just started getting thousands of views. I'm like, oh my goodness, they really like it. So I'll probably do something else with this design again. I do like working with half square triangles, but I like working with quarter square triangles better. So I'll look forward to the future projects, quilted projects that I come up with using the half square triangles that you see here and also quarter square triangles. Yeah, but I really love this. And it wasn't even hard because a little story that I can tell you all is most of all the prints in this placemat came from one quilt shop. So the thing about it is all quilt shops are not the same at all. The selection of the fabric depends on the taste of the owner, the taste in fabric that the owner has. So that's why it's best to, go to more than one, because you may like one the selection of fabric at one quilt shop better than the another quilt shop. So yeah, but thankfully, which unfortunately the quilt shop is now closed. But the lady that owned it, she had a really good taste in selecting fabrics. So that's why the combination here is so beautiful, because of the good taste that she had. So all I did was just put these half square triangles together from those fabrics. So so I said, eventually I want to just travel around to different quilt shops around the country and see what's all available out there. Because I've been quilting 20 years. So, if I can get my hands on some good fabrics, I can make some things happen. Yeah, so this is to look at my half square, the progress that I've made on this trip around the world half square triangle patchwork placemat. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? I really like it. And I'm so thankful that I'm thought to go in this, direction. I didn't expect it to come out this pretty, but it just happened to do that, which I'm very thankful. So this one will be one of the ones that will definitely go down in history. It's really beautiful. Yeah. So my next thing is, see, this is as I informed you all, I like to make my little sets. So this is again my patchwork coaster. I like to make them in a size of 4.5, like a 4.5 inch square. And then this is and then you can see, as I've showed you, the mitered corners. So this shows you that even small items can have mitered corners. This is the patchwork pot holder with concentric hearts. What do you think about the concentric heart? And my item that I finally finished is this mug rug. So I have completed my mug rug, and there are my mitered corners. You sew the strip onto the front and then fold it over and sew it to the back. So as I've stated, what I do is machine sew my binding strip to the front and hand sew it to the back. As far as my hearts, I just printed off the heart template on cardstock, cut out that little heart template, put painter's tape on the back, lay it down on the square, and sew around it. So this is my finished mug rug that I'll get lots of good use out of. And so you can see my little heart, my little quilted heart. I use about 4 or 5 colors of thread to quilt this mug rug. And I'm just showing you all my little hearts, which they got better as I sewed more of them. So I started off in the middle and then worked my way up and down from the middle. And these are the little quilted hearts on my mug rug. Thanks to everyone that has subscribed, commented, shared, chatted. I am still trying to get my subscribers up. Still trying to get my watch hours up. So yeah. It's my mitered corners, which that's one thing I'm very proud that I took the time to master. And it is worth taking the time to master the mitered corners so that your items can look as professional as possible, even though you may not have many years of quilting experience. That's something that can really make your quilts stand out. Some people are procrastinating about learning to do the mitered corners, but it's best to just go on and just take the time to master it so that your quilted items can look as beautiful as possible. And again, this is my finished mug rug. Go in again and show you my mug rug. Okay, and then sometimes people, they want to know what kind of supplies would I need for quilting. Well, today I want to discuss pens. These here are, for the most part, glass head pens. And so if you have to iron across them, they won't melt. So the kind of pens, which I really don't have to have too many more pens because I have tons and tons of pens, as you can see here. But for the most part, they're glass head pens, and you want pens that are super fine. So this is the pen that I would normally use to pin my squares together, or whatever piece I'm sewing together. Okay, and then I have, but you're looking for extra fine glass head pins for when you're doing your quilting. And then these longer pins, I like to use these to pin my mitered corners down. So that really helps. So I pulled out some of these out of my other pin cushion because they really help with the hold that mitered corner down before I get ready to sew all the way around the back of the item. And this is just a little pin cushion that I made in a quilting class, and I've had this longer than, my son is 14, so this cushion is old. I made this before he was even thought about. So this cushion has stood together over 14 years. So it's still standing strong. Yeah, so that's something you could do, is make you a nice pin cushion, versus the, ones they sell in the store, but you could make you one like this, so that, you have something nice and huge, hold lots of pins, things like that. And then this here was really my first time doing applique. And it was, as you can see, it was just a hand applique. So it's not hard. And then it's like, and here is some kind of, what they call it, fusing. So then you fold it over and then just hand sew it to the back. So that's just something. So at least I know I can do applique whenever I get ready to decide, okay, when I need to do my Sunbunnet Sue or Sunbunnet Sam. I've had that book so long I haven't done it yet. So at least I know I can do it. Okay, so that's something you'll definitely need, pins, pin cushion. And then here, I don't know if you all heard, but you can like use your little pen bottles to hold stuff in. So I recently found out about that. So I have one with these like needles in it, that maybe one for the 8012s, one for the 9014s, one for the safety pins to pin all three layers together. I have one, so I have one for the safety pins, one for, like, you can put bobbins in here, one for the 8012 needles, one for the 9014 needles, one for the little clips to hold on the binding strips. So if you have these, hold on to them. You know, you can take the labels off, or you can take the prescription label off, put another plain label on here and just label it for whatever you're going to put in here. So I'm glad I found out about this. But so ever since I found out about it, I've been doing that. This is my walking foot. So, you know, this is what you'll need on your machine to sew all three layers together. And I don't have a baby lock machine, but this, I have a Singer sewing machine, and it fit on there perfectly. So it fits on there perfectly. So this is what I use to sew all three layers together. This is colored pencils. I use those in my, you know, in my quilting. I can use, like, if you have dark color fabric, I may use this to mark the top of the square or whatever. These are some of my little strips I use for, I'll fold these over and use it for my starter, you know, scrap or ending scrap. Okay. What else? That's all I have today. Thank you all for stopping by. Please watch this video, like, share, subscribe. Check you later.